Now you listen here, Jimmy. The only way you're gonna save yourself from those nightmares is if you stay a virgin to those horror picture shows they're showing down at the theater. You stay away from those films, you hear? I don't know, Tom. I kinda like those movies. You know, they give me kind of a thrill you can't get from those hot rod ones you're always watching. I don't care about the nightmares. I love them.
Welcome back to another episode of Horror Movie Virgins. This is your host, Daniel. I'm here with my roommate, Matt. Go ahead and say hey.
What's going on, guys?
We are going to be tackling one of my favorite franchises, the Feast franchise. We're going to start with the first one. He hasn't seen it. He's also a movie buff just like me, so this is going to be great. He's going to be on this episode and a lot to come forward, too. We're going to be tackling a lot of movies because we're both movie buffs, so I'm super excited. Go ahead, Matt. Tell us about yourself and a little bit about your horror movie experience and how you feel about horror.
Well, first, I would like to say thank you for having me on the podcast today. It's a really nice experience. Man, coming from Las Vegas, I was watching a lot of movies out there. Got into the horror at a young age in California, though. I was a real big fan of the classics like Chucky, Michael Myers, obviously Halloween. Dude, who doesn't like it? Friday the 13th.
100%.
Right, you know what I mean? So just really got into it, and it just took off from there.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we were going through our movie collection a little bit, and we had been talking earlier today, and it sounds like we've seen a lot of the movies.
Right.
Like, so it's hard looking at my movie collection, like, oh, I fucking love that. Oh, I love that. And it's hard to be like, well, what haven't you seen? And I know we talked about the, like, Wolfman, so we're going to have definitely coming up soon, we talked about already, we're going to have, like, a Wolfman series where I'm going to take this man through all the Wolfman movies leading up to the one that, Del Toro was in. That's gonna be great. But
Dude, looking forward to it.
hell yeah, we're gonna attack the Feast franchise because one of the things we talked about earlier too when we were at the bar was we are both not into modern horror.
Dude, they just nothing like the classics, dude. They can't compare.
Dude, nothing clicks, man. And I totally agree. I definitely got an argument with somebody recently about like the classics or even the 80s horror. And they're like, no, nowadays is better. I'm like, why? They're just rewriting older horror.
Oh, because they got better graphics, but a shitty script.
Yeah, dude, shitty. Yeah, that's one of the big things I always complain about. You have these characters that nobody cares about, and they kill them off, and you're like, okay.
Right. Oh no.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Versus the classics, you know, like, or even like 80s or like the Chucky movies, like, you know, when someone dies, you actually care. And like nowadays, somebody dies in these there's no character building is my thing. I think. Like,
that's
even
a good way to put it.
Yeah, look at the Alien movies. Like that has character building.
Man, Ripley.
Yeah, exactly, dude. They got like how many movies with Ripley in those fuckers?
And each time I know she's gonna live, and I'm just like, please don't die, but I know.
Yeah, you're like, don't die, bitch, don't die. But yeah, it's great. So this one is gonna be good because this is more of a modern creature feature. Creature features are definitely one of my favorites next to slashers. Like we talked earlier,
Yeah.
I love the Scream franchise, which is great.
100%, I agree. You know, slashers, like especially like Friday the 13th was a classic for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So the creature features are like humans are the slashers versus creature features. The monster is the slasher. So, so there's like a little spin on it. That's why I like creature features. And then that way these artists that build these monsters can just like go all out in like designing a cool fucking monster that's gonna haunt your nightmares.
Dude, that's the American dream right there.
Dude, hell yeah. And that's what's awesome. Even looking at these old school, like could you imagine being like back in the day going to a movie theater and to see Alien, the first one, and the first time you ever see that xenomorph? Like that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, dude, I'd be scared as hell.
Yeah, and nowadays it's such like a so popular. Everyone knows what the aliens from Alien looks like. Versus back in the day, man, I couldn't imagine being the first one, like going and seeing that for the first time. That is so fucking cool in my mind. Right. That's why I love these creature features. I know we talked about Antlers last episode, and I wasn't a fan of the movie, but man, when they showed the monster, I don't think you've seen it.
I have seen it.
You did?
I went the first time because I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a good one." I thought the trailer made it look so good, so I had to go see it in theaters, dude.
Yeah. What did you think? I know this isn't the Antlers episode, but we gotta talk about it.
No, dude. So in my personal opinion, I was not a big fan of the movie. I'll agree with you that the monster looked good, but the whole concept and the whole as far as acting went, I was a little disappointed. I couldn't get into the characters. I couldn't get into really nothing, dude.
Damn. I wish I had you for that episode. But yeah, you got to go back and listen to that episode if you haven't listened to it. But yeah, my old lady and I definitely shit on that movie. Dude, but the monster, of course, was fucking amazing.
Monster looked cool. Just the movie sucked.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I like about creature features. I love seeing these like artists like go to work on a monster. You know, there's a script. Like I don't know how it goes in depth, but they're like, this is what I want the monster to look like, and the artist goes in and they just fucking create these nightmare monsters. Like even like look at Pan's Labyrinth. That's like it's not really a horror movie, but that's full of amazing creatures. Have you seen that one?
I have too, yeah.
Yeah,
So just the detail that you got to make, like I'll give props to like the artists and the detailers behind that, dude. Makeup, great, on point.
So awesome. I love creature features. I think you'll like this one a lot. This movie is, I want to say, it could be the bloodiest movie I've ever seen. It's called Feast for you guys who haven't seen it. There's 3 movies. I'm pretty sure Matt here is going to fall in love with it just like I did. And we're going to have a couple episodes to do all 3. They definitely get weirder. They're like a gore comedy, so you're going to have a couple laughs. It's
Sweet.
really good. And then they just get weirder and weirder, and like to the point where you're like, even the last one, like I don't want to ruin it, but the last one when it ends, you're like, what the fuck? Like that's the ending to this franchise. And even like there's like a little song at the end. He's like, oh, you asked where these monsters came from, but we're like, fuck you. Like that's basically what the song says. You'll love it. It's great.
Have you seen The Descent?
Oh yeah.
Is it like an ending like that, dude, where you're like, she made it and then fucking the monsters just drag her back down?
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
It's worse. You'll
Oh,
see.
the fuck?
Like we talked about Cabin in the Woods.
Oh,
we
yeah.
both love that. So like that, and in the movie The World Ends, like kind of thing. Like it's kind of almost like that, where it's kind of like a fuck you to the audience. Like we don't have to answer your questions.
Okay.
But it's still really good. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna
let's see what it
dive
has.
into
Let's see what it has to
Yeah.
say.
yeah.
Okay.
So you just watched the trailer. Do you want to give any first thoughts before we watch it?
Man, so the trailer gave me a good insight as to what it might be about, but it didn't show too much in depth, which is what I like. Because nowadays you see a horror movie and it gives away damn near the whole movie.
Yeah.
So I like that trailer a lot because I don't really have an idea of what I'm gonna see, but I know the gist of it.
Yeah.
Like, I know who the actors. They got some good actors in it, so I'm looking forward
yeah.
to seeing that. But I didn't see the monster. I don't know what they look like, so hopefully it does some justice.
Yeah, that's one of the big things that I know when you watch the trailer I wanted to bring up. Nowadays, when creature features come out, they show the fucking monster in the trailer.
Yep.
And it's so annoying. It's like, dude, that is one of the big... we talked about it. You weren't here, but in the Antlers episode, one of the things that I love about like old school horror, like when you watch Jaws, you go through half of the movie of never seeing the shark.
Yeah, you just know that there's something out there getting people.
And that's what I liked about Antlers. You don't see the monster until like the end.
Yeah.
And that's what's good with this trailer. It's it's a modern horror for Feast, and you don't see the monster at any point in the trailer. And nowadays, when a creature feature comes out, even Antlers, when the trailer came out, they show the monsters, the big reveal that happens in the cave. They show it in the trailer, and it's like, well, what the fuck? Like even with Alien Covenant, we all know what xenomorphs look like, right? Like we just talked about. But of course, like it's a newer movie, so they want to like change it a bit. Like it definitely looked a little. Have you seen that Alien Covenant, the
newest one? Yeah.
So it looked a little bit more slender and a little bit more. It did look more alien versus more humanoid in my mind. A little bit more slender and a little bit more. I don't know. Alien is the best way to explain it.
Right.
And instead of saving that for the movie, they show it in the trailer. But the two xenomorphs that first come out from the spores, the two people that die from being infected or whatever the fuck, those look different, and they did save that for the movie. But I'm not a fan of these horror movies coming out and they're showing the creature in the trailer. Let me go see the movie and let me not be prepared.
100% agree with you on that.
Dude, I would rather go see a horror movie and be like, oh, dude, I want to see the monster. I want to see the monster. And then see it and be like, holy fuck, that's fucking cool or that's scary.
Yeah.
Versus like I'm sitting watching TV like, oh, so that's what the monster looks like. And then go watch the movie be like, oh yeah, this is what the monster looks like.
What I will say is that I feel like it has a lot to do with people are just kind of lazier these days. They want to know what they're getting themselves into
100%.
before they go in and see it and waste their time or whatever they think.
100%. I totally agree with you. And it's super annoying. Like,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm not a fan about is we've changed as humans, or like I want to say Americans, but it's the same all over the
Everywhere
world.
you go, yeah.
Everywhere you go, like it's just laziness, and I think you nailed it like right on the head. Like it's laziness versus like I like being surprised when I go see a movie.
Fuck yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
like even like I remember when I was in like I think I was in high school, dude, when Cloverfield first came out, and they didn't
Oh,
show
the first
the
one?
monster.
Mm.
And then after the movie premiered, then they released after movie or after premiere trailers, and they showed the monster, and it was like, and I hadn't seen it when it first premiered, so when it came out after, I was like, oh, okay, that's what the alien looks like. But man, I was like, dude, I want to see it. I want to go see this movie
Yeah.
just so I can see what this fucking
You had that
monster
hype
is.
and you like, dude,
Dude,
Let's go.
100%. You have that hype in you where you're like, dude, I want to go and I want to see what the fuck these artists created for Monster.
Right.
And it is so cool when they do that. Even like The Quiet Place, or no, not Quiet. Is it called Quiet Place?
The Quiet Place. Yeah, with the monsters, the sound and stuff.
Yeah. Those
Quiet
ones,
Place,
they did a good job a little bit in the first one of not showing the monster until you saw the movie.
Mhm.
And so when the second one came out, there was no problem showing the monster in the
You
trailer
already
'cause
knew what
you
you were-
already knew what
yeah.
you're getting into.
Mhm.
But even then, I remember going to see that, and I'm like, dude, this monster is going to look fucking cool. And
Fuck
sure
yeah.
enough, I think it looks cool. That's what I love about creature features. I love being able to see the monster. Like I said, slashers, I love slashers. Always hands down my favorite, but creature features are right up next to it.
I agree. No, creature features are gonna be, if they could just focus more on making that creature come to life. Feature
Oh, dude,
Great.
100%.
great,
Yeah.
dude.
I don't know how you feel, but I am a huge lover of like old school animatronics, like in the 80s. Like, have you seen the original, not the original, but the John Carpenter's The Thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was awesome. The animatronics in that.
When they redid it too, like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was still good. I still like the new one. So for those of you that don't know, I don't know if you know, there's actually 3 movies. The original one's actually black and white, and it's called The Thing from Outer Space.
Oh, I did not know that.
We're gonna add that to the podcast
Uh-oh.
here. I have that one too.
Okay.
So you've seen the other 2. So one of these episodes we'll bring that back. I'll make you sit through the black and white one,
Hey,
and then
let's do it.
yeah, dude, it's gonna be great. Yeah, Feast is one of my favorite. Like, I am a huge fan of like horror comedy too.
Okay.
Like Cabin in the Woods. It's a little bit funny, but it's also gonna be serious.
Right.
This one is all out gore, a little bit of scares, but mostly like funny. Like you're gonna laugh your ass off. Like what's his name? You know Jay and Silent Bob?
I'm not familiar now.
Okay, well the actor that plays Jay from Jay and Silent Bob plays himself in that, like the actor, and he's in it, and it's
Okay.
funny.
What
as
else
shit.
is he from?
I honestly,
That's all it is?
he's not a very good actor. All he can play is Jay from Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh, okay.
So like that's pretty much it.
When I see him, I'm sure I'll know. Like,
Oh,
okay,
you'll
there
know
he is.
right away.
There
Yeah.
he
Have you
is.
seen Clerks or
Clerks. Yeah.
Okay, so remember the fucking pothead dudes? There's Kevin
The
Smith.
Stoners.
Yeah. So the
Uh-huh.
dude with the long blonde hair, that's Kevin. His name's not Kevin. That Kevin Smith is the other dude. Jay is the tall, lanky dude.
Okay, he plays the same thing in this movie then.
Yeah, or kind of. He plays the actor. So he plays himself.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
I
okay,
forgot
yeah.
his name, but I think it's like Jonathan or Jay. So it literally is like Jay something. So it's something with Jay.
Okay.
But yeah, it's funny.
No, I understand. Yeah.
I don't want to. I'll give away a little bit at the beginning too. Like every character at the beginning of the movie, they'll be like, "Oh," like they'll give the name, and then they'll give like their title, like hero or heroiness, like it's a girl, and then they'll put like their skills, like one's like, and then like life expectancy. One guy's like, for life expectancy, it's like, oh, dorks and dweebs die first. This guy's both.
Oh
It's
shit.
so funny. And then one of them's like is gonna die in the first 10 minutes of the movie. It's just so funny.
Dude, it'd be so funny if like it said you're the hero, and then dude gets killed right off top.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
oh
dude,
shit.
yeah. You're gonna love. Yeah, you're gonna
That'd be
love
hilarious.
this fucking movie. I love it. I'm really hoping that you want to pursue the other 2 just to get to the end. I'm
Okay.
telling you, they get weirder and they get not as good as the first. But like when you get to the end, you're like, what the fuck? I really just fucking
Right.
watched all 3 movies. And that'd be good too, good content for the podcast. These guys are probably gonna want to listen to it too, so it's gonna be great.
Well, hey man, anything for the fans.
Hell yeah! All right, so we're gonna take off. We're gonna get into the movie. If you haven't seen it, now is the time to go watch it. Because when we get back, spoilers are coming. If
Spoilers.
you are fucking listening, it is your own damn fault. All right, guys, get ready, and we will be right back with you. All right, guys, we are back. We just finished Feast. I'm here with Matt. Go ahead, Matt. Let me know what you thought about that movie, man.
Dude, so this was definitely one for the books for me, man. It was brought back those old school vibes, one of those classic fucking monster gore movies, dude. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
so right from the jump, it started off, I was like, oh, they named the hero. I was like, oh, cool, this is going to be
Yeah,
the dude
yeah,
to
yeah.
save it all. He's like, trying to save the fucking bar.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got took out real quick, dude. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
holy shit. From there, it was that point, and when they killed the kid, I was like, oh, this shit has no
Oh,
limits,
dude,
dude.
when they killed that kid, like I remember the first time I watched it, and then like again, if you're listening now from when I told you spoilers are coming, so
Mhm.
you're already fucked up
Mhm.
if you're listening here. But yeah, when they introduce that hero and they're like, oh, like life expectancy is like really fucking good. I think it's exactly what it said. And then he dies right away. They're like, who are you? He's like, I'm the one that's gonna save your ass. And he dies right after he says that.
Real quick.
Yeah, and then again, like what you said, the kid, and they're like they show
Full
the
of
kid.
life. He said he was full of life. Dude.
Yeah, he got gobbled up, and it's like that's when I knew the gloves are off. Everyone's expendable.
Dude, so not only from that, but fuck. I completely forgot about the old lady at first, not gonna lie, and then she came out at the end, which we'll talk about later, I guess. But
Yeah.
so one of the other main things for me was I was trying to get a glance on the monster the whole time, dude. But towards the end, they take off their costume and really reveal what it is. So it's like the whole time you have no idea what the fuck they look like. You
Oh,
think you know
yeah.
what they look like, and then boom, like towards the end, they really reveal themselves, and you're like, holy shit, these dudes are like even crazier than you thought.
Yeah, because they got that. I guess they like. It sounds like what they said in the story. It could be a little. In the next ones, you see them without that, but it sounds like they like pick up roadkill and wear it like as a suit, and
Exactly
they
what
rip
it
that
looks like.
off. Yeah, like you said, like
Exactly what it looks
you
like.
think you know what the monsters look like, and at the very end, like at the climax of the movie, they rip that off, and then you see what the monster looks like.
Right, or even when the main character, or not the main characters, but the main people that seen them before, when they hit the first monster in the flashback, when they hit them, it almost looked like they hit roadkill at first, so they didn't know what the hell they hit.
Yeah,
But that's really
exactly.
what pissed them off, though. They're like, "Oh, you killed my buddies or whatever." That's
Yeah,
what pissed
yeah,
them
yeah.
off. And then fucking the dude's like, "You brought him to my bar." I'd think the same shit. I'm like, "Well, why the hell did you bring him here? You
Yeah.
fuck you."
Yeah, dude, hell yeah, because like you're chill, you're a bar owner, you're chilling, you're
Uh-huh.
having a good night, and then fucking these fools show up and they bring this hell with them. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude, it's like, fuck you.
yeah, like get the fuck out of my bar. You fucking brought this on us.
Nah, everybody got. It was free game, you know. I couldn't determine who I was like. Okay, I'm gonna go for you, or I hope you make it, because everybody was just getting torn up left
Dude,
and
hell yeah,
right.
Game of Thrones,
Dude,
Game of Thrones style.
That's a real fucking good relevancy because I love Game of Thrones and I love how they did it.
Hell yeah, same here.
Because that first season I was like, ooh, Ned Stark, and then I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, that's
never
why I
mind.
love like Quentin Tarantino as like a director. Like none of it, it's so real that none of his characters are safe. Like he can
Not a
have
one.
somebody that's like a big character, and you're like, oh hell, like you know, my dog's name's Django Unchained. Like you think the German dude's safe, and then at the end he gets fucking
real
blasted.
quick, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah. So that's what I loved about this. Like you said, like you think these characters are safe, and then like they're not.
Dude, we might have to talk about either Django or Game of Thrones one day, dude, because those are good topics.
Oh
But,
yeah, we'll kick back and talk about that.
Getting back into Feast, though, yeah, dude, I'm excited to see what happens in part 2 and 3, because the way they left, it was like the monsters are still out there, but the survivors got to take off. So it's like, what the fuck is about to happen here? You're like, are they gonna go back, get the army, gonna nuke the town, nuke the
You'll
whole
see,
Mojave
bro.
Desert or
You'll
some
see,
shit?
dude.
So yeah, I'm really excited to look forward to see what's going on with this. But overall, I would say it was a really great movie, dude. Like it was pretty good. It's a classic, but it was still new generation. So I think they brought it together really well, because they had some of those classic old Monster Mash vibes, but they also had some good graphics, some good acting. I like the acting. Some of the camera angles were definitely, like I had mentioned earlier during the film,
Yeah.
the camera angles were a little like off to me, the way they flashed, but the acting really brought it all together. I like the acting.
Yeah,
a
this
lot.
was a movie that went straight to DVD. I remember I told you when we were
Uh-huh.
talking about that.
Yeah.
It was a movie I'm like 99% sure it went straight to DVD. I don't think it went to theaters at all. So it's like a B-rated horror movie, but they have like A-grade acting in
Yeah.
it. Like, you know, most of the
Yeah.
time when you see a B-rated horror movie, you're like, this fucking acting is terrible, but it's a good movie. Like, I'm going to watch it. Like, not a good movie, but you're like, yeah, I'm interested.
It's
This was
interesting, yeah.
like a B-rated horror movie that went straight to DVD, but it still had like not great, but it had like good acting.
Dude, and the gore and all the like everything lined up pretty well.
Oh,
Like,
dude, the
it
gore
wasn't too
was
cheesy.
good,
Yeah, it
too.
wasn't cheesy.
Dude, when they like that nerd dude that suffered the whole movie when he finally dies, like, dude, it's like a bloodbath. He like smashes his head and
Dude.
it's like raining blood.
I can only imagine it was almost a relief for that dude, though. This fucking dude had
Yeah.
maggots coming out of his fucking eyeball.
Yeah,
Like, I want someone to smash my head at
Yeah,
that
dude,
point.
I love that that whole sequence up to his death where he's sitting there like he's totally fucked up. He's like got maggots coming off of him.
Uh-huh.
His skin's falling off, and like he's just like ready to die at any point. And he's walking up, and he has a Molotov cocktail, and he's struggling to light it. Drops the lighter in the balls,
Barely misses.
and then he ducks down, and that arm comes down, and he's like barely misses his head. And then when he stands up, he walks over. He's sitting there struggling to light it, and that monster's just standing in front of him and just fucking crushes his head.
Boom.
Boom.
Done.
And then just done. That was amazing.
It was really,
good.
really well done. Really well done
Yeah,
on that.
I love that movie. This is one of my not my favorite, but it's definitely on my like top 5 franchises for like shitty but good horror movies for sure. Like they this one was really good. The other ones, I think I talked about it in the first half of this podcast, where like they definitely get worse. Like I want to say like with the way they're made, but they are definitely still just as like, what the fuck is going on?
That kind of could remind me of like a Wrong Turn, because in the Wrong Turns I really like the first one, but I
same
started
here.
watching the rest of them. I feel like they kind of went a little downhill.
Yeah,
And they just
isn't
got like
Henry Rollins is in the second
Yep.
one too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Henry
yeah.
Rollins is in this one too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sick. Yeah, Wrong Turn. I like those. I've only seen the first two because I saw the first one, loved it. Saw the second one, I was like, okay, I'm done watching these.
Right. Then the only reason I went back and watched all of them was because the newer one came out in not that long ago. I think just 2020. They made a brand new one.
Oh, nice. Shit. Maybe we'll do an episode where I watch those and I'm the horror movie virgin and you get to tell me about it. That'd be sick. But yeah, dude, I love this. I love this franchise. I remember back in the day, somebody told me about a scene in the second one. Second one or third one? I think it might be the second one.
So they spoiled it a little bit.
I don't want to. Yeah, a little bit. I don't want to ruin it for you because when I first saw it, I was like, "What the fuck?" So I went through and watched the whole series. I bought them, like you just saw. I have all the DVDs.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, "What the fuck is this franchise,
Uh-oh.
dude?" And it's good. It's like B-rated. Like the other ones definitely are B-rated horror movies. Like no actors that have been on anything major but this fucking movie, if anything. And I think I don't remember if it's written or produced, but Matt Damon has an involvement in all the movies, and I was like, dude, that guy's a fucking weirdo. Like obviously after watching those.
I like Matt Damon as an actor. I honestly thought he was gonna be in the movie when you said something about Matt
Oh,
Damon.
yeah,
but I was
he's
looking
a
at all the
huge-
characters like I don't see
yeah.
a young Matt Damon here.
He's
at
a
all.
huge dweeb that he would throw himself in there. Like that's what I thought too. When I first saw it, I'm like, oh, Wes Craven did this and Matt Damon. Matt Damon's in it, and then like he's
Well, Wes
not.
Craven explains a lot right
Oh,
there.
yeah,
that
yeah.
says it all right there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, these are good movies. I love like all the like little like fucking stupid quotable things in this franchise or in this movie alone.
Mhm.
Like I remember when I showed you the trailer and the part where he's like, "God bless guns." Like,
Dude, I had to say it out loud. I was listening to it. I was like, God bless guns. dude.
yeah, that shit's so funny. Or like the part where like the monster's like charging him, they slam the door shut, and the monster's
the balls.
dick and balls
Oh, that's
are literally stuck in the door, and the old guy's like, "Monster cock in the door!" Like,
Yeah.
like what? Like it's so funny, dude. And they fucking just chop that off. But it was just so funny. It's like, "Monster cock in the door!" Like that is like the funniest quote from a movie I think you could come up with.
right. It is so fucking just like on point.
Dude, it's
'Cause
so 80s, I think. Like 80s horror movies like have those like weird quotes where like what? Or like movie drops where you're just like,
Right.
what the fuck did they just say? Like what?
Yeah, nowadays people are too fucking sensitive. You can't drop too much stuff.
Yeah. Nowadays, like monster cock in the door is like, well, I don't know. I don't want to get into that, but
Yeah,
yeah, like
right.
people get all booty tickled. You're like,
Uh-huh.
what, dude? Like this movie was great. That shit's funny. That's comedy gold. Like most, like I don't know, like most dudes like us, like fucking still laugh at fart jokes. Like
Right.
like so monster cock in the door. Like that line alone is
Got me.
fucking hilarious.
It
Like I
got me.
laughed hard.
Shit, that monster could have farted and I would have been like, huh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just wait till see the next two
Oh,
movies,
dude,
bro.
he's
Like
just
you'll
gonna
laugh.
shit on somebody or something like
Yeah.
that.
Dude, no, I don't want to ruin it for you. but
Dude,
it's
I got
so good.
disgusted when he vomited on that dude. He was throwing up. I was like, holy shit. I thought it was going to be like an acid, like from Aliens or something. No, dude just puked all over him.
Yeah, just puked all over him, and I mean, it kind of was like acid. His skin's like
Oh, yeah,
falling off
skin
and
started.
shit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in the like I said, in the next couple movies, you'll start to see what that what happens to people when they like get vomited on. Like,
Okay.
it actually leads to something, but this movie definitely touched on it. But it's great. It's
I am
great.
excited that they took it somewhere with it, though. They
Oh
ran with it.
yeah. It was cool. Like this first one came out and they touched on it, which was good.
Mhm.
Like if let's say like this movie franchise didn't explore further than the first one, it would have been enough for us to know like, yo, this vomit does something to people besides just like he just got puked on,
Yeah, hell yeah.
which was good.
It's like something I would tell people when I was in the Xbox Live in high school. You just got puked on.
Yeah, you just got puked on, bitch. Yeah, it was good, dude. Like, yeah, I like this franchise. It's super. The first one's a little more serious than the other ones. The other two like have zero fucking direction. Almost.
Okay.
But it's like, I mean, they kind of do. The second one feels like they wanted to go somewhere with it, and the third one was like the second one ends on like a to be continued thing, and the third one is like, well, I don't know. The third one definitely feels like where he's like, well, I don't know where the fuck I want to go with it anymore, so we're just gonna make this movie and tell the fans like, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck it. It's Feast 3.
Yeah,
Come see it.
yeah, dude. If I showed you the ending right now, you like the ending credits, you'd be like, what? Like, I'll tell you now. Like, there's a giant robot in it. And that
What?
yeah, just like when I tell people
Where the fuck did a robot come
yeah,
from?
that's what I'm telling you, dude. Like you'll see the movies, and when you see the third one, you're gonna be like, "What?" This is like when people see Cabin in the Woods. If you haven't seen it, spoiler alert. But at the end of the movie, like I remember when I saw it, and I'd tell people like, "Yeah, dude, it ends where the world ends," and like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the world ends at the end of the movie."
Talking about the newer one?
Yeah, Cabin in the Woods. Remember the gods
with
like
Chris
break
Hemsworth
through and
and-
end the world or whatever. I'm like,
Yep.
yeah, the world ends. And
Yep.
they're like, no, it doesn't. What the fuck? It doesn't have nothing to do with a cabin or being haunted in the woods. I'm like, no. Trust me, the world ends at the end of the movie. Just like Departed. I always joke with people.
Oh man, Departed.
Yeah. I always joke with people when people are like, "Oh, how's the movie?" I'm like, "Oh, it's good." Everyone does at the end, Departed style. Even if I'm lying, but because of Departed, people are always like, "You fucking ruined the movie," and I'm like, "Well, you have to go see it." And like, I could have never seen the movie, and I'll make that
That's-
joke.
That's honestly one of my first movies that I really got into too. A scary movie was the Departed, dude. They were fucking on point.
Oh yeah.
She tries to kill the monster, slashes her homegirl star. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, you're talking about Descent.
Oh, that's Descent. Never mind. Which
Descent.
one?
Departed is the one with Leonardo and Matt Damon with the Irish mob.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I know that one.
Yeah,
too.
where
Never mind.
everyone dies at the end.
Yeah, everyone still
But
dies.
yeah, Descent. Descent. If you guys haven't seen Descent, we'll have an episode about that. But yes, everyone. Spoiler alert. The end of Descent, everyone dies in those two.
Everybody just fucking dies, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I remember not to get sidetracked from Feast, but Descent. I actually watched the second one before I watched the first one.
On the Descent?
Yeah, I watched the second one.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was like, yo, this is fucking good. I'm like, I gotta go back and watch the first one. Watch the first one.
You're probably wondering the whole time, like, what happened to these girls that they're looking for?
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
what
there's
the
like
fuck?
all these dead bodies.
Uh-huh,
Like, I
uh-huh.
remember there's the one girl that's still hung. And
Oh, yep.
Yeah, dude, and I
Mhm.
was like, what the fuck? And so I went back and watched the first one. I was like, oh shit, that was a good fucking movie.
Dude, that was really nice.
Those are good movies. But yeah, I love this Feast franchise. I remember, like I said, somebody told me about the scene. I don't want to ruin it for you. And I was like, what the fuck? And they showed me. I'm like, okay, I have to watch these movies. Watch them. And they're same thing. They're like, oh yeah, Ben Affleck's involved in these movies. I'm like, what do you mean Ben
But
Affleck?
how is he involved?
I forgot what it's. I forgot if he's a producer or if he's a writer. I wasn't paying attention, and I've watched
Really?
these.
Ben
so
Affleck,
into-
huh?
Yeah, Ben Affleck.
Fucking Batman.
You fucking Batman. Yeah, they're good. They're good. The first one is definitely the best one. The second and third one, totally like just come out of left field where you're like, what the fuck is going on?
It just gets more random, huh?
Dude, it gets so fucking random. There's one girl. I remember some of my homies. If you're listening, Alan, you know exactly who I'm talking about. There's a girl that has like she dual wields hammers. I don't remember her name. I know my buddy who's listening, Alan. He remembers her name, and we both were like drooling for her. You'll see it when we watch the second one.
And suddenly I'm excited to watch this. second one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. These next movies are great because you know that I'll like kind of spoil it now. For those listening, when we do the second and third one, we might just watch the movie and jump right in because now you've seen the first one, so we'll just pick up where this episode ends, and just pick up on episode 2 or movie 2, movie 3, and then cut it there. But yeah, in the first one, you know, the biker girl.
Yes.
So the second one picks up where her sister comes looking for her and shows up at the bar and is like, what the fuck happened? And like they go looking for Bozo because he's like, oh yeah, Bozo used her as a bomb and blew her up.
Who tells all the information?
I don't want to ruin that for you. You'll see. But yeah,
It's
so
the old lady.
someone fills her in on like what happened. So the sister goes looking and like they're in like a motorcycle club, but it's all girls, and so she rounds up the girls to go hunt down Bozo.
The Rowdy Riders.
Oh yeah, Rowdy Riders. But yeah, there's one girl in there. Fire. You'll see. It's a
know,
good movie.
If nothing else, that will be all worth it.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, the other two movies they got midgets. It's fucking
Fucking midgets, dude.
yeah, luchadors. Like they're midget luchadors.
What? Like
Yeah.
the ones from fucking Nacho Libre?
Yeah, dude. Exactly, dude. They're good. They're good movies.
Okay.
They're funny as shit. Definitely off the wall versus this one was pretty off the wall. Like,
No, I was. Yeah, dude.
dude, there's some good scenes like and fucked up scenes like where they turn that girl into a bomb.
Dude,
they
and she's
start-
still alive?
yeah, and they're still alive, and then she gets like face fucked by a monster, and she starts spitting up all that like monster sperm. Like that's fucking disgusting.
And she
But-
still got to die at the end. Like,
Yeah, and
that's
she's
the last
still
thing.
yeah, last thing, her last memory before she died is fucking spitting up monster sperm before she gets blown up. Like that's
Whew.
fucked up. Like this movie franchise is fucked up, but it is so funny and it's like so raw and it's awesome. And the blood, the gore.
Dude, I love it. I love the nonsense, what's the word for it? Well, what would the word for that be when it's like censored?
Yeah,
The
dude,
non-censored,
there's
like
no
there's no
line.
censored.
There's no line.
I like
basically.
that, dude.
Yeah. Dude, it was I love these movies. Hoping that you love them too. I mean, you like this one.
No, this one was great. I'm glad I got involved in this one. I'm looking forward to watching the next 2
Oh,
and 3.
Yeah. Number 3 is probably like the shittiest.
Well, yeah, you
but
talk about a fucking giant robot. I don't understand.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I'll figure it out why it comes into play. But
yeah, there's like I don't know, I'm not gonna ruin it, but
Yeah,
there's
right.
like one of my favorite things in the movie. Like those movies also like Monster Cock in the Door, like God Bless Guns. Like they have like good quotes going through these movies too, and like
It's just
like,
hilarious.
yeah, in the third one, there's one where like this guy has no arms, and they go to fight the monsters, and he's like, "I got no arms." It's like, you don't need arms to kick ass, kid. It's fucking hilarious, and I was like, "What the?"
That is
fuck?
true, though. That is true.
Yeah, they go to like climb a ladder, and this guy has no arms. He's like, "What the fuck? Like, what I can't come up this
Use
ladder."
your teeth.
Dude, yeah, it's great. The next movies are great, but yeah, this one's really good, dude. I remember, when I first watched the first one, like you can end it there and be great. And the fact that they came back and made these 2 other movies, I know I've talked about before about movies doing money grabs, and this could have been, the other 2 could have been kind of like a money grab, but the only thing is that like it went straight to DVD. So what money are they grabbing besides fucking horror nerds like me that are like, oh, I have to see the next ones.
You know, but there are a lot of horror nerds out there.
Yeah, it's
I'll
true.
give it
That's
to
true.
them. There are
That's
a lot
true.
of people
They're
like
all
us that
fucking
really
listening
love
to
it.
a podcast like this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
About to go to a punk rock show somewhere.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, dude, it's a pretty good. You're gonna like them. Like especially like the randomness. You're gonna be like, dude, what the fuck just happened?
No, I'm looking forward to it. Not as much as I'm looking forward to tomorrow's Yellowstone, but
Oh
I
yeah,
will be
hell
looking. I
yeah.
will be looking forward to these next movies.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good, dude. Yeah. Do you have a favorite part at all or no?
Honestly, I think one of my favorite parts. I got like 2 favorite parts throughout the whole movie, and that was with the whole monster cock thing, because I was just like, "Holy shit, they really just did that, dude!"
Yeah, they really got a
the
dick
monster's
stuck in the
dick
door.
just got cut, and then they fucking blew it up. And then I don't know, maybe I'm just a sick fuck, because my second favorite scene is when that girl got fucking face fucked and blown up.
Yeah, dude, because that's so extreme, dude. There's literally cock and balls stuck in the door.
Dude.
And it's just dangling, too. Like, it's like the monster's trying to pull out. So you just see, like, it's, like, wiggling. And then they cut it with a machete, kick it downstairs, and then stomp it out. And all you see is fucking white, like, sperm, substance.
Yep.
Spray everywhere. Like,
Or-
that's disgusting.
When that chick got she got shot by the dude when he accidentally shot the girl, the hero number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she fell. It reminded me of the scene in The Descent when she accidentally killed her homegirl trying to shoot him
Oh,
on.
yeah, exactly.
So it was kind of similar to that. I was like, damn.
Yeah, dude, this movie, like I said, like we said earlier, like, once that kid died, there
Yeah,
was,
there was-
like, the gloves
dude.
were off. Anyone's available.
Oh, dude, like there's another thing. Like the girl that did survive, I wasn't trying to root for her, dude, because she was just over here mooching off the bar owner getting fucked.
Oh, yeah,
She's got
single
this
mom
dude
just
living in
getting
the
boned
living
by
room.
the-
The
yeah.
kids in the living room. She's over there getting fucked.
Yeah, dude, she's just sitting there like freaking crouched over getting boned by the bar owner.
Not even no face, just oh my god.
Yeah, just gonna get this done. Like that movie. This movie is grimy. If you guys haven't seen
Yeah,
this,
dude.
this is a grimy fucking movie.
If you
and-
haven't seen it, you shouldn't be listening.
yeah. If you're not into grimy fucking horror movies, do not watch this movie. But it is a grimy, good horror movie. But yeah, she's like over there getting fucked. Like you think she's just like a random bitch, like because she even says like single ma, like or whatever.
Yeah, I was not expecting.
Yeah, you know, and then at the end, like she's the one that steps up. I love like if you haven't seen the movies, like every time they introduce a character, it gives like a little synopsis of the character. Like it tells like their name, like a fun fact or their occupation, and then at the end it says life expectancy. And it's funny because at the beginning it has the hero, and he's like, oh, like it says life expectancy is like really fucking good. And then he's
Done.
the first character to die. He's
Out.
like, they're like,
He's
who
out.
are you? He's like, I'm just the one that's gonna save your ass. And then the second girl, I forgot what that was, Hero-ness, and I forgot what her life expectancy said.
Hopefully better than the last one.
No, that was the. Oh yeah, hopefully better than the last one. And then she dies, and then the third girl, that girl you're talking about, the bait,
The heroine, yeah.
yeah, she like grabs the gun. Is like, yo, no, we're gonna fucking get out of this. And then she turns into heroine number 3 or number 2. And then at the very end, it's like, let's all just hope and pray for better.
For
than-
better, yeah.
Yeah, for better. Like that shit's so funny. The fact that they did that was like made it. So
I did
good.
like that a lot because,
Yeah.
you know, at first when I read them, I was like, oh, they're giving it away. It was like, oh, this dude dies here. This dude is going to live forever. This dude's this. But then it
Oh yeah.
was just
Oh
all,
yeah, like
all
the
for
dude
fun and
like
games.
what dweebs and nerds die first, and he was like one of the last guys to die.
Yeah.
And then, but it was funny because some of them are accurate. Like the old dude's like horrifying death in 70 minutes, and what happens at the end of the movie? He has a heart attack.
Fucking heart attack, dude.
He has a heart attack in the middle of fighting these monsters and dies.
That's so
Like,
horrible.
What the fuck?
That's so sad. I was like,
So, yeah, can you imagine like surviving this whole fucking night? You guys are fighting the last fucking monster, and you have a heart attack and die. Like that's
It's
the
like, you
way.
were almost there, bro.
Yeah, it's
You
your
were
fucking
almost
heart
there,
that
dude.
gave out. It's so
His heart just wasn't in the right place.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He just gave out, but yeah, it's good. And then like the girl's like, oh, robbing the bar in like 10 minutes or whatever it was.
Never got to rob the bar.
No, she ends up getting her leg cut off. Like it's fucking great. Or the old lady, like, what was hers? It was like life expectancy, and it was like way past due date. Or
Yeah, way
whatever.
past due date. And she's the one at the end that's like in the end credits.
Yeah. She was the last character to die in the whole fucking movie. It was great. Yeah, I like it a lot, dude. I'm super stoked that we're gonna come out with Feast 2 in a couple days here for the next one, and probably 3. And I know we were looking at the movies I have because Matt here's a huge horror buff like I am.
Dude, I love him so much.
Yeah, and he hasn't actually seen Wolfman. I think it was you were saying.
Wolfman, I seen, what was it? It's like a werewolf in London or something
Oh,
like that.
American Werewolf in
American
London?
Werewolf in London,
Dude,
dude.
that
That was a
movie
really great one.
Fucked me up
But
when I was a kid.
Yeah, the one I seen in your nightstand, I hadn't seen that one. No, I haven't.
Yeah, Benicio del Toro is the
Really,
guy.
and I actually really like him as an
I
actor.
like him a lot. Dude. He's such a good actor, dude. Like
I'm surprised I haven't.
he's so good. He can. I mean, we're not gonna get in it. We'll get into him in that movie.
Yeah, okay.
But like the original Wolfman has Lon Channing, I think is his name. I could be fucking that up, but I know the last name is correct. Number 2, Channing. Number 2.
Channing number 2. That's what we're
Yeah,
gonna call him.
Yeah, his original dad was also a horror movie actor. I have one of his movies. I just don't remember what movie it is, but he's in those. So we're gonna after me and Matt here tackle the Feast franchise. I think we're gonna hit that Wolfman one. If anything,
Dude,
what
that
we'll
sounds
do-
good.
Yeah, if anything, we'll come in here. We'll talk about Wolfman a little bit, like what you know about werewolves and shit, and then we'll tackle the old black and white ones. 'Cause I have all of those movies. I literally have every single one.
Those
Well,
sometimes are the best.
Dude, honestly, in my opinion, my favorite.
Okay.
So we'll
Yeah.
watch all of those, do a little recording, and then the next episode for Wolfman we'll like, all right, so based off of what you liked before we watch the new one, blah blah blah, and then watch the new one. It'll be good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Completely off topic. As above, so below. You seen it?
What?
As above, so below.
Oh, dude, yes.
We'll get into
Yes.
that another time.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Dude.
find a virgin to that, because the whole thing about this podcast is we take people who
Dude,
haven't seen it. But
I would love to take somebody that hasn't seen it and make them watch it.
dude, that movie
Dude.
definitely for sure like
It fucked me.
yeah, like I said, like I am not a fan of like modern horror, but that like every now and then we get a gem like that, and like that was a good one. I
Dude,
liked it. A
I
lot of
didn't
people didn't like it, but like I liked it.
I
a
wasn't.
lot.
I got scared at certain points, but it wasn't
Dude,
even
yeah.
necessarily so scary for me. It was scary, but it was just like so like,
A mind
whoa,
fuck.
yeah,
Dude,
it was
I saw
a
it in
mind
theaters
fuck,
when
dude.
it came out.
Me
and I
too.
was like-
Yeah, yeah.
Have you seen that movie? I think it's called like Apollo 11. Maybe.
Oh, Apollo 13.
No, Apollo. Apollo 13. Is it
Or-
Apollo 13? Which is the one that does not have fucking Forrest Gump in it? Kevin Bacon.
Okay, it might be Apollo 11 when they go and then there's the little creatures that get in their suits
Yeah,
and
have you
shit.
seen that
Yep,
one?
yep.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll have to save that for another one then. So yeah, see, this guy's watched all the horror movies I have. See, it's hard. We gotta find people that haven't seen them, man. That's the whole fucking point of this podcast.
Right.
But yeah, dude. Next episode for sure. If not next episode, coming up, me and him will definitely be tackling all of the Feast franchise. We're gonna come out with Feast 2, Feast 3, and then after that, I'm gonna bring Matt in here for the Wolfman. You guys that are Wolfman fans, you guys will like it just as much as I will. Do you have any final thoughts for the movies for Feast? We can keep talking about it too if you want to keep going. I'm down for anything.
I mean, I don't really have too much left to say about it, dude. I think we pretty much covered it all. It was just really good overall. I'm really glad you introduced me to it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really happy you had me on the podcast. I'm looking forward to keep doing these episodes. Let's see what episodes 2 and 3 have for us, and let's keep it going.
Oh,
Let's
especially
do
you
it.
being a movie buff like I am,
Dude.
and into horror. We're gonna keep tackling my, like you said, or you were talking about movies. Hopefully, one day you'll have a horror movie that I'll be the virgin to, and then we'll switch roles. Where
Yeah,
you're like,
definitely. I'll find something.
Yeah, dude, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be. This was a quick, short podcast, or episode, but man, this has been good. I'm excited. I think next episode, I'm hoping that we will just tackle the second movie.
Okay.
Maybe tomorrow if we're free, we'll watch it and we'll just come in and record and we'll just straight up pick up where this one ended and we'll just tackle all 3 movies real quick. Boom, boom, boom. Come out with a couple episodes you guys will enjoy. And it'll be pretty good. Maybe we'll have all 3 episodes out by the end of the week.
Dude, that would be sick.
Dude, that'd be sick. And then we'll tackle Wolfman coming this weekend. It'll be great.
Yeah, whenever we got the time, just keep
hell
it
yeah.
rolling. That sounds
All right,
great.
guys. Hell yeah. Thank you for listening. Quick episode for you guys. Stick around. Hopefully next episode is the second movie. If not, just stick around, dude. We're going to have... I'm trying to find somebody who hasn't seen Gremlins. I know you've seen it. I know my old lady's seen it.
Yep.
We'll find somebody.
There's somebody out there.
There's somebody out there who hasn't seen Gremlins.
What about maybe even your friend's daughter? She probably hasn't seen that movie yet.
Well, for sure. But what happened was on Thanksgiving I was drunk at their house and I put it on. So I fucked
shit!
that
Yeah,
up. I
okay.
fucked
Never
that
mind.
up.
Then, never
Yeah,
mind.
we'll find somebody who hasn't seen it and we'll bring them on and that'll be a good Christmas episode because that's one of my favorite Christmas movies. That and Die Hard, obviously. But-
Oh, dude, Die Hard. I just seen a movie the other day and they were saying, what's your favorite Christmas movie? And somebody said, oh, it's Die Hard. It was some chick. Then they were arguing back and forth. They're like, Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. It's like, suck my dick. It is a Christmas
yeah,
movie.
it is a Christmas movie. Fuck. I know there was a thing where fucking what's his name? That fucking guy looks like my dad, the main actor, Bruce Willis came
Bruce
out.
Willis, dude.
Yeah, he's like it's not he came out and said it's not a Christmas movie. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you said. Director made it a Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie. Suck my dick.
I remember it was a movie on Netflix that was like #1 for a bit. Just this new Christmas movie that just came out on Netflix, dude.
Oh, the one with what's his name's in
It's
it?
the little Asian dude.
Oh, never mind. I'm thinking
Yeah,
something else. I know exactly what
Some
you're
little
talking
Asian
about. Where
dude catfishes some hot chick.
Yeah. There's another Christmas movie that came out today, and Casey from
Yellowstone.
yeah, he's in it.
Oh, I gotta watch it then.
Oh yeah, we'll watch. Shit, dude. After we're done recording here and we go do what we're gonna go do, I'll be down to stay up and watch that shit with you. My old lady will probably be down too.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good movie.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
we're getting distracted here
Yeah,
from the
right,
fucking
right.
horror movie shit. But yeah, dude. Like I said, guys, stay tuned. Feast 2 will probably be our next episode. Stay tuned. I'm gonna try and find someone who hasn't seen Gremlins so we can do a Christmas episode. If not, there are other horror Christmas movies that I know of that I've seen that we can get other people in here. But I really would love to do Gremlins. I will find someone who hasn't seen that fucking movie. I swear to
It's
God.
a mission.
It's a mission.
All
I'll
right.
start questioning people at work. But
Well-
yeah, thank you guys for listening, and we will see you soon.
All right. Thank you for having me once again.
Hell
You
yeah.
guys have a great one.
Have a good one.